Yo, welcome to Madhouse Pro. I'm in the building. If you don't like it, you could get out because it's my building. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. January 17th. Even though I'm on a fast, I'm doing some things. I still can record, but I'm coming to y'all today. Simple reason. Bolo the producer set the industry on fire. Yeah, crickets. Even though I've been sitting in the cut, I've still been listening. Everybody's gonna have a voice in this, and I think it's fair that they should, because if you're a part of the community, you're a part of the community. Everybody has something to say, and it's their opinion. Their 2 cents, 50 cents, $1, all that stuff adds up because it helps the community. Just plain and simple. To me, it helps the community. I've been one to always go against the machine, meaning I like to challenge the best of the best. Not in the sense that I know I'm going to win, but just simply to say that everybody learns at a different level, and each tool that everybody they use it different, right? Just because I don't use Pro Tools, PreSonus One, Cubase, Reaper, Cakewalk, it's a lot of them out there. Just because I don't use it don't make me any different. The thing is, if I hit a record button, this button, and I record, I'm a sound recording engine. I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm just recording sound, right? That's a start, right? So computers have enabled a lot of people to do things. A lot of things. So, coming up, when I first started, like 2003-ish, 2004-ish, I sing Magix, Magix, right? And Miss K Brown, and we linked up, and she was running her podcast through Magix Music Maker. And I was like, yo, that's dope, right? I'm a computer head, so I was like, oh, that was real simple. And that was the first start of my journey, right? So when I seen that, but it was linked to music because she used to do her podcast on producers, engineers, and things of that nature. So that was my intro to it really wasn't my intro because I go back to tapes. But anyway, with the computer, right? So I looked at that and I followed that journey because most people said, and they'll tell you back then, you start off with Magix Music Maker, then they said you move to Fruity Loops, then you wind up going to Pro Tools. So that was kind of the avenue or the hierarchy that you will hear about. And along my journey, I used to go to Guitar Center, right? So I would go to Guitar Center, and that's when I was like, dang, look at all this equipment. Because coming up, I didn't go through band. I wasn't big. I love to listen to music, but I wasn't big on creating music at the time. So when that door opened, 2003, 2004, then it was like I'm walking through the store looking like, drum sets. I grew up in the church, so I knew what a drum set was, keyboard, organs. I had the instruments, pretty much knowledge of it, right? So this is how they record that stuff. I wasn't back in the 50s and 60s and 70s to where I seen them do the production. No, I didn't. I was an 80s baby where we was tape decking it, right? So that's when I first learned. And then now just looking at things now, how it progressed and how easy it is for people to jump in with 2 feet and go or head first and say, this is what I'm going to do. So when they say industry standard, it's like when the Pro Tools came about, and I went to school, don't have no certificate, Bolo, none of that stuff. But when I went to school, the thing was, they told me, after me having knowledge of other DAWs, they told me that the industry standard was Pro Tools. So that's what they taught us on. I got a student discount. Still got it to this day. I got the iLok USB dongle thing, right? And to me, and I was like, even then, I wanted to challenge, but I said, I'm not. Because these are the professionals that's been doing this stuff for a while. I'm just here. So going through the process, Pro Tools is what they use, and they gave us wide range. Hey, you could use it. Come down, and I'm from Chicago, by the way, so there was the school where I went to, it was called Tribeca Flashpoint, and I went there, and I was like, wow, so everything's for sound recording, movies, music, all that was their platform. So I was like, this is the industry standard. So when I hear industry standard, when I think about DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, Sony, all them big companies and productions, I think industry standard, because that's what they're going to use. Now, on the lower end, for people who back then wouldn't pay like $1,100 for that Pro Tools system or whatever it was, that kind of, the price tag kind of pushed us away. So we went to more things that Cool Edit Pro, Adobe Audition, same thing-ish, FL Studio. We use different tools to get our production out. And that's just for creating, right? Creating. So we created different. And you think about the creation of cassette tapes with the microphone plug on top of the dual cassette tapes. That's what you start thinking about, and like how it switched now to software, programs, computers. So everybody used different things to create. But when it came to recording, the keyword hence recording, I think that was the standard, which was, they say, well, we record in Pro Tools. But I still felt like there was a challenge, because by this time I done moved up from, I still use FL Studio, Magic Music Maker, which is low end, but I was using Magic Studio Music and Sampler Tool Pro. By this time, when I got there, I kind of had a more knowledge of, well, there are other things out there that you could use to record and get the same effects, right? And each DAW has this different sound, a different taste when you listen to it. And I was like, yeah, it's different. So to call it the standard, like I said, for big companies and productions with the high dollar production budgets, I would say yes. But I will say this. If I create something, and let's go back to, I don't think Pro Tools was out back in the day. We'll just say the 80s. And their stuff probably was more analog. What was the industry standard before Pro Tools? That's a question I want to ponder for everybody listening. What was the standard before Pro Tools? So what made Pro Tools the standard? Which I kind of covered that a little bit. So now in today's environment or industry, to where everybody uses something different, and they could get the sound, because here's the thing, and y'all probably seen some of my videos. If somebody makes something dope and record it and put it out and it sounds good, and we say this in school, if it sounds good, it is good. They're not worried about what you use to create that with. They are not worried about what you use to create that with. If it sounds good, it's good, right? So industry standard to me is just sounding good. But some people go beg to differ. It's a lot of people who spoke on this issue. I know. I just wanted to be like, put in my thing. So people probably wonder, why do I use Sampler Tool Pro, right? Magix. This is their higher end stuff, right? To me. So, and to them, because it costs a little bit more. But I'm not worried about a subscription base. When I bought this, I think I started on X2 and Music Maker back in 2004, 03. I still got that disc too, by the way. But I started back then. What's the difference? You climb up, you get better. I could use everything in Sampler Tool that they use in Pro Tools. Some of the stuff in Luna. I like Luna too, because I'm a UAD guy. PreSonus One. All that, right? So people look. I'm like, now what is the difference in DAWs? Like I said, a little different taste. You'll hear something different. But, so I'm going to show you guys something real quick since I'm speaking. Kontakt 7, right? That's just one of many VSTs or Kontakt. I got a Kontakt 8, right? So I'm going to show you guys something. So when I hit this right, this is my VST. Let's go to plugin browser down here. Now, when I go, I'm going to just switch it to vendor, because I think everybody needs to see this, because some of the arguments that we're having are legitimate arguments for some people, and then for some people, it doesn't matter. So at the top, Magix, because that's the name of the program, right? Here's all the effects I get to use via Magix and instruments, Vendors, Forefront Technologies. Air Music Technology, Applied Acoustics, Arturia. Gotta go Analog Lab, Audio Plug-in Union. But let's go down, let's just scroll down to some of the big. I got Waves. Ain't that some of the stuff they use, VSTs they use in Pro Tools? Yeah. WA Productions, Leno Mode. You know, sometimes I try other VSTs, and they good. Universal Audio, UVI. I've been following UVI for some time. I forgot how I got hooked up with them, but good company. UAD, Universal Audio, legendary. UJAM. But anyway, so as you can see all this stuff, Slate Digital, Softtube. So some of these same companies, you know, and it's a lot of merging of the companies nowadays, like Native Instrument bought out Plug-in Alliance or something like that, or they got a co something. Rolling Cloud is good, but you see where I'm getting at. It there even goes some PreSonus, right? So this is only one DAW, but I could use the same tools that they're using in the other ones, right? So let me do this. I'm gonna close this out, right? So now let's go. Let's see. I have Pro Tools. I go Magic Music Maker, right? Don't laugh. That's how I got here. Plug-in Alliance, Softtube. PreSonus 1, right? Studio 1. Let's go here. I think they up to 7 now. I haven't upgraded or nothing like that. But let's just take a quick look at this as this runs. This always do this. This runs and runs. Usually it's quicker. But we go get into this since all of this stuff is possible in each and every DAW. Now, certain VSTs may not work in other DAWs. Some of them are restricted to the host. So when I go to FL Studio, I wanted to bring some of Magic stuff over there so bad. They wouldn't allow it. And I'm looking like if they do that, goodness, I'll be using probably FL Studio to create a lot more. And now when it comes to recording, I really do. I like the challenge because I figure it's all about the individual that's using the equipment or software. It's always about the user to me because you work with what you got. If you don't have the high-end budget or you haven't saved up enough to get what you got, you're going to work with what you got. When you love it that much, you're going to work with what you got. And that's the thing. So if you get one of the top recording engineers and say, this is all we got, he or she gonna make it happen with what they got. You know what I'm saying? It's just probably easier with certain things that they're familiar with because some people have it in their mind to, I'm only using this brand. And that's good and dandy, you know, but sometimes if you stuck on the island, which we got laptops, so laptops are the world, right? For some people. Desktops for me. I keep them both, but I like a desktop because I get to build it for my specifications. Now, let me move me out the way, y'all. Okay, so when you look over here, once again, instrument-wise, right? By vendor, set up. FabFilter. I keep forgetting who put that stuff on my computer. Sublab. This is some of the stuff that we got that everybody go see. Image Line. So, FL Studio stuff. Initial Audio. I could go down the list. KV331. Magix. There's probably just independent. But Native Instruments, you got a ton of the same stuff in each DAW when you download it and you add on. A DAW is a DAW, right? But it just depends. But I'm gonna let you guys. I'm not gonna let you go. Somebody will get the voicemail. But this is Mr. Madhouse Pro. Let me see before I go. Let's go to Pro Tools. Y'all can't see this little thing over there. iLok. I rock like iLok. Me and my Superman shirt on. Kryptonite. What's my kryptonite in the sound recording? Nothing. I use everything. Everything. Audio Nerds. I watch them guys. They good group. Help Me Devon. That's how I got there. And then he had LJ and the rest of them guys. I'd be like, yo, I like how they stick by their DAW. To each his own, you know what I'm saying? But let me open up this Pro Tools thing. So let's go to setup. Give me it's on the other side. If I could drag it over, it's not gonna let me drag it over. The intro. Come on, Pro Tools. See, this is why I don't like Pro Tools now, but they're the industry standard. But I'm working on the window. I'm working on the window platform. You know what I'm saying? What I did do though, I could tell you guys years ago. You know, I started building computers, and the Thunderbolt came out, and I realized that you could get Thunderbolt on Windows, and I built one of my first rigs for that one specifically. I still got it. I took it down to the church. I got to bring it back. But UAD 2, the Thunderbolt 2, I still had a computer. It still runs. Let me see. See, I can show y'all this. But it still runs everything fine. I built that system, and it's funny because I'm gonna make another video on that Apollo Twin, the first version, the silver. I was able to record. I didn't know that I had a beast of a monster. I think I paid like $800 for it back then at some promotion. And when I bought it, the Thunderbolt wasn't on the PC version at first. So what I did use, it was the optical in cable, the Toslink cable. So I used the audio card from the computer to the Thunderbolt. I mean to the end on the silver. And guess what, y'all? I was able to record. I wasn't able to use I was able to record. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. They say I got a new Pro Tools available. They don't want to let me show it. Anyway, y'all, just bear with a brother. This is the Pro Tools deal. I close it for now. But I can bring this over now that that's done. All right, so we're in Pro Tools. Can I get a recent? Yeah, we'll just call recent. Some inputs are missing. Would you like to say the report? No. Right. So, I really don't use Pro Tools like that, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit and be like, I'm a Pro Tools user. I have it for the simple fact if I need to track something out to somebody or export it over to them or they send me a session, I need to have Pro Tools available because it's still the industry standard, right? So just to be versatile when people ask you, do you have Pro Tools? Some people swear by it. Yeah, I got Pro Tools, so we could do what you need to do. Even though this is just the intro version, if I needed to update, I keep cash to the side just in case they have a bigger session. So when I come here, it has all the same stuff, right? Let me see. Window, switch my window. So when I go to the mix, let's go. So inserts. Let's do a search. No, let's not. Let's see Magix. If Magix will pop up, right? No research found. Whatever. Dang. Okay, so if I wanted something else, right? Let's go to EQ. I'm in the way again, y'all. Hold on. Bear with a brother. Move. Yo, big head. So, if I want to do some EQ, right? I go to BX stuff. Waves. I got all the stuff here. The same stuff is here. UAD. I got all the same stuff. Am I correct? I think so. I think I'm correct. I go ozone, neutron. I could use all the same stuff. One knob fatter. The filter. Crickets, maybe. I don't know. See, but I'm not a big name in the industry, right? I'm not even in the industry. Or am I? Y'all don't know. Go to BMI and look up some stuff. You may find me, Troy Madden. But anyway, that doesn't matter either. Because a lot of people throw titles around and it is what it is, right? So, with all this stuff being said, from Pro Tools, PreSonus Studio One, Magix, the Samplitude Pro that I love to use. And other people, like, I would love to hear their take because if you haven't used it, can you get the same stuff accomplished Can you get the same things accomplished? I would say yeah. Straight up. I would think you could get the same thing accomplished. And at the end of the day, that's all what it is about. Branding, branding, branding. Nike, Reebok. So gym shoes, or some people call it Snickers or tennis shoes. Where I'm from, we call them gym shoes. A shoe is a shoe, right? It's made to be put on the foot. Ran in, walked in, or just shuffled around the house. So you got Nike, Reebok, Jordans, Adidas, all other type of shoes, right? Steve Madden, just shoes in general. It gets you from point A to point B when you're walking. Cars, the same thing. You got Ford, GM, Chevy, same thing. Benz, Audis, all these other type of vehicles, right? They're cars. What do they do? They're the same thing. You get in, you drive it. So when it comes to digital audio workstations, to me, it's the same thing. It just depends on, like, who driving it. You go put a 5-year-old in the car, hey, they may do better than some of these people. But, hey, he better be a tall 5-year-old person. But that's the thing. It's always about the operator at the end of the day. So you could go back and forth with which brand you like to use. That's your opportunity. That's your prerogative. If it work, it work. You know what I'm saying? So get beyond that and just make music. That's it. This is Madhouse Pro, and I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Peace. No. Polo be saying peace out. See you on the flip side. That don't sound good either. I don't know. I'll be sitting here all day thinking of a cool outro to say. Get out the building, because it's my building. Peace.